Okay, so now we got the video going and we are on the podcast on the Spotify for podcasters on river.fm. This is where the anchor for all my listeners on my podcast. Hold on, video world. Doing two things at one time. Y'all bear with me here. Podcast world, I'm actually doing a video feed, and a video, of course, I'm talking to my Spotify for podcasters. So I got to do two separate videos because river.fm, apparently I'm not doing something properly. I can't get the video to come up right, and I hope that the podcasters are able to listen to this episode without me going into the phone to do the podcast on the soon-to-be Anchor .fm. But nevertheless, we got social media. I got the TikTok and Instagram and so on, and Clapper and Tumblr and everything. So no matter what, I am going to learn this. The way the video casting is heading to. Let me get a sip of this Gatorade Zero. This is no advertisement. I'm just thirsty, and they got electrolytes, especially after the day. Yeah, that'll work. Good evening, podcast world, video world. Thank you for being here. I am your host, Crawford Dupree Murray Junior. Thank you for being on my cast, and very exciting to be here. It is Monday, May 13th, 2024. I am, of course, your speaker, your motivation, your host, your motivational speaker, and so on, travel specialist, whatever. This segment is self-improvement. And I'm glad that I decided to pick this particular category. Now, podcast world, I got the microphone, podcast world. I got a new microphone here. So I'm looking at the indicator here, and it's saying that you're reading me pretty well. But just in case if you're not, I will be posting my links, my TikTok links and Twitter links, where you can see the video as well. For all those that would like to see the voice, that's, see the face that's match it with the voice and whatnot. But anyway, self-improvement. I didn't have time to really write out the segment like I should be doing, but I just want to talk briefly on just quite a few things, and then ultimately I will have a nice segment on a lot of these topics that I'm actually talking on. But self-improvement, I think it's very, very important to really understand just how important it is for you to be able to feel comfortable with starting over, feel comfortable with stepping back. If you follow me on social media, you all know that I'm always promoting stepping back, taking a deep breath, able to start over, and so on. Right? Able to learn, something new. A lot of my entrepreneurs, my fellow entrepreneurs, you all know that I'm very big on entrepreneurship. But in order to really succeed, you have to identify with, the phrase self-improvement, because at times, to be a successful entrepreneur, to be a successful investor, and so on, you really need to evaluate yourself. And from there, you'll learn which way to go. I know I've done a lot of that, especially in my latter years, being 51 years old, of course. To really evaluate yourself is so important. And it's important because if, like myself, I made a lot of bad choices, I made a lot of bad decisions in my life. And it's important to evaluate yourself, self-reflect, and then that way you can identify the problems and so on. Sometimes it's not even about bad choices. Sometimes it's just about a choice that you make in life, right? And I want to apologize to my video uh, viewers if I'm looking this way, because I'm just in a bad habit. I'm looking towards my screen on my laptop for my podcast world. But like I was saying, that you make a choice, and sometimes that decisions come from that alone. For me, being an entrepreneur, entering the workforce, back into the workforce, because apparently investors today, they have a lot of red tape. And I know that I talk about patience a lot, and that's always good to have. Maybe if I had a little more patience dealing with investors and hard money lenders, I'll probably be, you know, somewhere else doing what I'm set to do. But that's okay, because I decided to take a different route. I decided to go into the workforce, back into the workforce, and it's all right. It's all right. I'm at a very, very wonderful place, and I tell you, it's we got our butt kicked yesterday on Mother's Day. We really did, but the place is good, and it feels good to be back into the restaurant business. Don't worry, I'll go more into it a little bit later once I really understand the talking about the establishment on social media, and stuff. So I just want to get more details about it. But nevertheless, when I get the proper information, I'll bring you the location. You all can really come through and check me out. But it's good, and I have a plan, and to really use the funds to really travel, to better my skills on social media. I'm looking forward to that, and that's going to be very, very exciting. I wonder why my light is not on in the microphone. Maybe because I don't have the earphones plugged up. Hold on for 1 second, video world. My microphone is not lit up like it normally is. Hold on. I think it's because I don't have the. Oh no, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Huh. But the indicator is picking it up. Maybe it has something to do. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully that is catching it. But where was I? I hate that when okay, back into the workforce, right? So I have a plan. I'm going to fund a lot of my ventures through working back in the hospitality industry, and of course I have credit cards and business credit cards, so I definitely like that. But as far as asking investors for money and having a red tape and everything and their guidelines, I just first of all, I'm just too old, and I just don't have the patience. So I'm going to do it the hard way. I know a lot of you all are going to do it. You can get the investors, and by all means, that's fine. Do that. Whatever works for you. But me, I'm a little old school on that. I believe in flipping money, and that's something that I've talked about, and I'll talk about again. I'm into crypto. I'm into stocks, bonds. I'm into art. I definitely like to purchase, resell, and sell from there. So that's always going to be something good. But it's all about, self-improvement, really understanding what you're capable of. And that's why I'm glad that I'm back into the workforce. There's a lot of stress off me now that I don't have to meet any type of deadlines or any type of, special projects or whatnot for investors and everything. I don't have to do that. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But a lot of things that I am going to bring to you all. And I was talking with a coworker, and I don't mean to jump the subject, but this is really, really weighing on me. And Brielle is her name. She's a very, very nice young lady. She is, and her and I, we worked together a couple times, and I'm definitely looking forward to working with her some more. But she did the Google search, and she saw what Google had to say about me, and then she saw the mugshots. Now, if a lot of you all haven't been following, a lot of my listeners heard about the arrest. Yeah, I was arrested. September the 25th to be exact. And I remember that date of 2023 because it was my father's birthday. My father, rest in peace, Pop. But what I got arrested for was a individual lied to the police. We had a verbal altercation, and he went on and fabricated a story and said I had a firearm. Of course, there was no firearm found or anything of that nature there, and the charges was dropped from a felony to a misdemeanor too because he didn't show up to court and this and that. I was very, very upset. Of course, I looked at the fact that he was white and I'm a black man, and of course they jumped on his side. But what came to the light when I obtained an attorney, that this man was a convicted child rapist. He raped his 5-year-old stepbrother when he was like 19 years old. He served like 14 years in prison, came out on probation, started robbing and committing arson. In fact, my attorney asked why this guy wasn't, in jail. And nevertheless, this is the situation that I'm in, and I had to complete anger management class and so on. But I have early termination, and it look like that I'll be done. If not this month, definitely next month. So, we'll definitely continue to work on that. But it's really not hindering anything. It's not slowing anything down. So when Brielle, she didn't want to mention it or nothing like that, and she was saying her and her husband was looking at the things Google had to say about me, and a lot of you all know I'm heavily in entrepreneurship, the travel industry and the podcast and nonprofit and so on and everything. Got a lot that I'm trying to really do, and I'm enjoying myself. But she didn't want to talk about it, and I said, well, this is why that I do what I do. Part of the self-improvement. I don't regret what I said to this particular gentleman. However, I should have consulted with an attorney. My attorney, I didn't have him at the time, but I should have consulted with an attorney before I spoke to the police. So, and I didn't. In St. John's Sheriff Department, I personally think that they handle it poorly. Granted that I made a mistake by really speaking to them anyway without an attorney, but I figured that it was an open and shut case. There was no witnesses, people that were there. At that time, me and this gentleman, we worked together, and they said that it wasn't no firearm. There was no firearm found, but whatever. We'll take care of that when the time is right. So I just, mention that because any other time I would have been like, my past is what it is. I didn't have a firearm. But my past was pretty wild. So I'm no altar boy. I'm no saint. Born and raised Richard Island Projects in North Philadelphia. I did what I did, back in the day, man, and I had my run-in with the laws, and it is what it is. But I'm definitely not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. I'm not ashamed of my past. It was a learning experience, and this is what self-improvement is all about. So, and so she mentioned that, and it felt good to talk, and I've never been ashamed about who I am or what I was. I've done what I've done, and in the past. But for this particular person to lie on me, that really pissed me off. And then to fall subject, to being charged with a felony firearm possession, which I have never, ever, ever been charged or arrested in anything for carrying firearms stuff. That really rubbed under my skin. But I have a podcast. I have social media. So, oh yeah. Just as soon as I get done with this particular matter, hopefully this month, but if not, definitely next month, we're going to make sure that the St. John's County Sheriff Office and the legal system will, they will hear about it. And depending on the magnitude of it, I will bring in a civil attorney and see what can be done about that. But other than that, life is good, folks. Life is good, and I'm just all about enjoying myself and finding new ways to improve and self-improvement. Read a little bit, study a little bit, travel, really meet new friends, and we're going to be good. My new job requires me to be up a little early, so I'm a little bit tired now, and I just wanted to get out here and just say something briefly onto the podcast. I don't want to go. I've been working since I started working. I know I haven't been on the podcast or been doing the video, but I guess my body had to get adjusted to it because I'm no longer into the construction trade. I decided to pull back, at least working for other people. I'll still take side gigs on my own because it's good money, especially for the trade that I'm in. But the new job had me a little tired, so I'm just going to wind down before I really start rambling. Just wanted to say something, for the algorithm, of course, and give you all a chance to hear my voice and to see my face and everything. So I'm going to go on and wind down a little bit. I am so tired. I got to get up in the morning, and getting into the habit of going to sleep, getting proper sleep. I know I used to go to sleep after 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, but now getting older, and it actually feels good to get the proper sleep. So I'm going to close out, brothers and sisters. All my new listeners, bear with me if this is your first time hearing my podcast. Bear with me. I am quite a character. I'm going to put the video on YouTube as well as TikTok. And don't worry, podcast world, if you hadn't got all of my social media information, you will. I promise you. Okay? You all take care. Have a good evening. And I will speak with you very, very soon. Okay? I got a lot that we're going to be talking about and so on. I got some things for you and stuff. So you all take care and you have a good one. And don't forget to say your prayers. Amen. And Lord willing, I'll talk with you all later. And if nobody told you they love you today, remember I love you. Video world, I'm sorry that if my eyes was focusing on the podcast camera here, which is clearly not on, but I'm going to practice more and more. That way you can get my attention as well. All right. Talk to you all and have a good one.